Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. A legitimate conflict between science and religion cannot exist. Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. It is not so very important for a person to learn facts. For that he does not really need a college. He can learn them from books. The value of an education in a liberal arts college is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to divine a purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, there is one thing we do. Know that we are here for tea. He's sake of others. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part. Limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery each day. Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there is one thing we do know. That man is here for the sake of other men, above all for those upon whose smiles and well-being our own happiness depends. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. I believe in one thing, that only a life lived for others is a life worth living. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Science can only ascertain what is, but not what should be. And outside of its domain value, judgments of all kinds remain necessary. Religion, on the other hand, deals only with evaluations of human thought and action. It cannot justifiably speak about facts and relationships between facts. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. I am not only a pacifist, but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. The world is in greater peril from those who tolerate or encourage evil than from those who actually commit it. If I were to remain silent, I'd be guilty of complicity. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The attempt to combine wisdom and power has only rarely been successful, and then only for a short while. The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. 100 times every day I remind myself that my inner and outer life are based on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and am still receiving. A man's ethical behavior should be based effectually on sympathy, education, and social ties. No religious basis is necessary. Man would indeed be in a poor way if he had to be restrained by fear of punishment and hope of reward after death. He who joyfully marches to music in rank and file has already earned my contempt. He has been given a large brain by mistake, since for him the spinal cord would fully suffice. This disgrace to civilization should be done away with at once. Heroism at command, senseless brutality, deplorable love of country stance, how violently I hate all this, how despicable and ignoble war is. I would rather be torn to shreds than be part of so base an action.